Alright, so sorry for the complications there, guys. I think we got it sorted out now, so we are moved to Battle.net off of Shield Battery. But yeah, spawning here in the bottom right corner, here in the first game of our grand finals of this anonymous tournament, we have the blue Zerg Evelynn, and his opponent spawning here in the top left is our red Protoss Galio. Both players in their semifinals looked pretty dominant over their opponent. Galio especially had I don't want to say an easy time of it, but definitely we'll say dominated that series. Yeah. Evelynn, on the other hand, definitely had to fight for it a bit more, but Evelynn showcased a lot of skill, I feel like, in their series, so I think we are kind of due for a pretty high-level game here, based on what we've seen so far. And we're actually going to start off with a 9-pool. It's going to be a 9-pool gas streak versus a gate expend.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the reaction he does with these, or I guess it would be the harassment he does with these zealots this time around.
Yeah, we'll see how well Evelynn can handle the early pressure. It does help Evelynn as well that it is cross-spawn, so the travel distance from these zealots is going to be pretty high. I think that going 9-pool, though, against gate expand, probably not what you want.
Is it not? Would you prefer 12?
12 hatch. 12 hatch is actually best against gate expand, but overpool would be slightly better, I think, than 9-pool, because you're going to make these 6 lings, and you're not really going to be able to get any pressure potentially, especially with the travel distance.
Doesn't 12 hatch, if you go 12 hatch, doesn't the zealot have like a small window to get into position though?
It gets in position, but your economy is so much stronger for Zerg that it's Zerg favored. And especially cross-spawn like this, you'd be very happy with gate expand.
Worth it. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, probe gonna get in here, see the lings are coming, saw the 6 lings, it's gonna be 5. Going across. We saw Evelynn doing this in the last game as well, where we actually have this off. We stick 1 ling on the probe here and send the other 5 across the map. Now,
yeah,
Evelynn will...
Looks like Galio is opting not to finish that wall, gonna get that Nexus up first and just defend with these zealots.
Yeah, this is kind of the defense you want to go for. You don't really want to delay your Nexus for that forge. It's not really worth it. This is kind of a tight defense. It can be very difficult, but if Protoss does it well, this is what you want. But actually, really nice surround on top of the zealot, getting very low. I'm going to clean this up pretty easily. All these lings are like 1 tap away, but going to get inside with 3 of the lings, 2 of them very low, so we'll see if Evelynn can do more of what they were doing last time with the kind of running around and buying time. We saw the multitask in their last series was very, very strong.
Yeah, I kind of wish he had kept those probes there. A lot of those lings were basically 1 hit away from dying.
Yeah.
Could have done some damage and not gotten... Denied this scouting at least, but...
Yeah, I think he just didn't realize how low they are, but you're 100% right. He could have left them there and actually fought the lings there. It looked scary because it was 5 lings, but like 4 of them were just a love tap away.
Yeah.
One nice thing for Galio in this spawn is on left side spawn specifically, you can actually, when you do this to the pylon, it actually blocks the lings, whereas on the right side it doesn't. They can run through it. It's in the zealot across to pressure the Zerg, but gonna clean up that probe and see the zealot over here. So Zerg did a good job making those extra lings to make sure he doesn't take any damage, and still haven't lost any lings. We're actually like fully healed with these 3 lings at this point. I think he even killed 1 probe, right?
I think so. Looks like there's 1 on there. Looks like that zealot gets tucked in here, gonna get as much damage off on these Zerglings as he can. Still falls. Hydrogen coming down.
Yeah, Hydrogen on the way. I imagine this is going to be the Stargate starting. It is, and I mean, Blues are going to be able to get full scouting information of all of this while this is happening. We've delayed the cannon for as long as possible. This is something good for Protoss to do. A lot of times they try to do this in Gate Expend because it will slow down their tech too much otherwise. But yeah, I mean, Zerg's doing a really good job of keeping these lings pretty much untouched without really missing too much of a beat at home.
Yeah, Galio opting for that fast second gas again. We'll see if he goes into Templars as well. Second game around.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. So yeah, typically around the Stargate timing is when you're taking your second gas. So that
Is
you
that
can,
right?
yeah, it just allows you to pump Corsair if you need to without hurting your Templar timing too much. And Link Speed actually going to finish up, so we're going to jump on top of these gas probes. Galio did a good job of not taking any losses there.
Yeah, keeping these things alive. It's actually super annoying for the Protoss.
Yeah, it's like that really annoying count where it's like, it's too little to want to make the cannon, but against a good Zerg, it's kind of torture dealing with this at the same time. Because you just have to constantly pay attention. And it's really hard to not miss a beat while you're doing it.
Yep. Got that Citadel again. Looks like we're going to see another Templar Archives.
Yeah, so you're going to go across the map and actually miss the Hydra move out.
Ooh.
This is potentially a really big deal. He's going to see the Hydras about as late as possible, actually, which means these cannons are not going to be starting in time. And there's a chance that these Hydras are going to get high enough numbers that they can just pounce on top of this, and Galio could die right here, right now.
Yeah. I think he's going to poke in here and see one cannon and probably try to dive on it pretty soon. Does he have range?
He won't have range yet. It should be on the way right now. He does have Hydra speed first. It is tucked against the gateways, so he has the potential to move in to target this gateway, and or this cannon, I mean. But right now he's just using the time to get a lot of damage on these zealots, which is also very good. And even goes back for this Corsair.
Oh, here we go. See what damage he can get done here. One cannon about to fall. Two others finish.
Wow, he's
Good
actually
pull.
staying in the pocket here. I thought he would back up after that cannon, but he really wanted to go for the kill. But yeah, great probe pull and body blocking, and to kill off a lot of these Hydras. And we are going to pick that Corsair on the way out, which is kind of nice for blue, but a good defense from red. That was about as sketchy as it can get.
As he did throw down a lot of cannons, so we'll see if he allows all of those to finish. There's not much Hydras coming in here to follow up, so...
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for Galio is he doesn't have that scouting information because he brought the Corsairs both back, so he didn't see if there was more Hydras being made or not, so he didn't know if he could cancel or not. I think that's kind of what that was. And yeah, he's going to be kind of unhappy to see that there were more drones coming. He's going to get in here, see the lair on the way. Did manage to cancel, or is this one dead? Is that a dead cannon or a canceled cannon? I think it's a canceled one, right?
I think it was a dead... Well, I think he did cancel that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the dead one should be gone by now.
Yeah.
5-hatch Evo Chamber, lair on the way. This is very similar to what he did in his last series, when he did this kind of early Hydra pressure. Gateway gonna go down. What do we got going on at home? Archives is done. Only 2 gateways. And gonna start to range down this forge here, which is pretty annoying for Protoss.
Is super annoying. Is that +1?
It should have been. I think it just finished. I should have checked.
Gotcha.
I mean, it could have been +1 armor, and you just went and preemptively canceled it. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the upgrade timing.
Well, it works. He's going to rebuild that forge in the main. Continue those upgrades later. Meanwhile, our Zerg is just droning up, getting his economy going.
Yeah, going into that Spire, gonna potentially punish the lack of Corsair. We'll see if Galio wants to go for the Dark Archon. We saw in the last series that the Nocturne did not want to go into those Dark Archons and ended up getting kind of punished by that Muta swap.
He's got that DT just kind of sitting out there right now. Oh, there it goes. See if he can scout this fourth.
Yeah, Zerg has done a really good job of pretty much never being vulnerable to the DT. I mean, well, I say that, he did lose that entire mineral line, but maybe he's learned from that, making sure to keep Overlords in position, even had this one on the way over there already. And Corsair gonna do a little bit of chip damage to this Overlord, but definitely not gonna be able to pick it off. And he actually tucked the Templar when he saw the Overlord coming. I like that. So he's gonna wait for a drone transfer and try to catch it that way. Really clever.
Smart. Good scouting off. Galio knows what he's up against now. Gonna get that Dark Archon. Afraid of that Muta switch later on. Start building up that energy for some Maelstroms.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this matchup is like you see the Spire and you have to respect the potential of mutas even if it never comes, right? That is the hard part. He actually went deep enough to see that DT, so nice spot there from Evelynn. Interesting move out. Just 4 Zealots and 2 Templar.
Yeah. Luckily, only a few Hydras there.
Yeah, maybe I was looking for catch like a chunk of AFK Hydras or something.
Ooh, here come the mutas. Gonna pick off these Templar for free.
Yeah, really nice pick here for Zerg, getting both of those Templar, and that is a lot of potential storm down the drain. Does still have 4 Templar behind it, but, I mean, those were the 2 that have been collecting a lot of energy, so that hurts a lot against the Hydras. Oh, we're gonna dive into the main. We don't have a cannon here or Corsair. We actually have no anti-air ready for these mutas.
Yeah, we don't have enough energy from Maelstrom either. Might be enough while he gets there. See if we can get a Maelstrom Storm off.
Nice.
There it is.
Wow, this really saved that situation because we did not have a good answer for this.
Luckily, it was only, what, 4 mutas? So not too big of a loss there.
Yeah, not a big loss for Zerg, but kind of avoiding a lost game, essentially, was Protoss, right? It was just a handful of mutas, but...
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
Definitely would have shut down mining in that main for at least until these goons had gotten out.
Second forge
Second
on the
forge. Yeah. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, much better upgrade situation for Galio than Nocturne in the previous series.
Yeah. Who was it, Nomad, that always wanted to go 3 forge against PvZ? So this isn't Nomad. Can't be him. Only 2 forges here.
Yeah, Nomad is a fan of the triple forge, no matter how terrible it is. And we respect that about Nomad. Alright, so Galio just kind of building up his army, starting to build up that goon count. So it's going to be that kind of 4 Templar into mass goon push. Usually, I talk about this quite often, it's usually around like between 140, 160 supplies when Protoss really starts to want to look for that big fight. But a little bit of a positional error, really running the risk of this Dark Archon getting picked off. Barely manages to save it, actually. Does get his probe picked off. He wanted to move out and take the stairs, so that'll delay that ever so slightly. But this Dark Archon is extremely important because it is the only thing that prevents Evelynn from swapping back into mutas.
Yeah, that was a little bit dicey for a second.
Nice kind of
Looks
wrap
like we're gonna get
here.
some. Yeah, get some Templars picked off there. We've only got 2 left in the mix. Looks like one of them has enough energy for Storm at this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 2 like fresh Templar. Those were 2 that have been sitting back there building up energy. I mean, we have like no storms right now. Evelynn's like army movement and just kind of the intelligence behind the army movement has been really, really strong.
Yeah, a bunch of lurkers coming out here, going to be able to defend this pretty easily, I think. We don't have the 1 observer in the mix, 2 coming in.
Yeah, this is a
But
scary
this is a pretty...
force.
Yeah, it's a big army for Zerg here.
Alright, well that's our
Zerg
1 storm.
Uh-oh.
About to get enough energy
Zerg rushes forward.
a second storm, but yeah.
Yep.
Reinforcing units coming here for Galio. There's a second storm kind of on the retreat there, but Templar does get picked off. Evelynn pushing him back, and Evelynn is like healthy on 4 bases. Like this drone saturation looks fantastic for Zerg. And I didn't even see where these Hydras came from. We somehow have flanking Hydras behind the army here.
Yeah, I didn't either. Protoss getting pushed all the way back to his main here, so we'll see if Zerg can set up a contain at this location.
Cool.
Looks like he's got him. Oh, Dark Archon falls. Mutas could be a potential switch now.
Oh my god, there's so much Zerg coming across the map. We do have a small 3 Zealot counterattack here, but there's a bunch of Lurkers morphing here. We'll see how much damage these Zealots can get done. Zerg, in the meantime, watching this fight, does come back here and burrow this, so at least going to avoid taking a bunch of damage here. And I think we're out of storms. Yeah, we're completely out of storms here, but there's not a whole lot of Zerg left. We are almost on that 2-2, but Galio going to go ahead and GG. Evelynn going to take a strong game 1 win. Okay, spawning here in the top left spawn, or top spawn, whatever you want to call it, we have our Zerg player currently up 1-0 after a very strong showing, Evelynn. And his opponent here is spawning at the 3 o'clock position. We have our blue Protoss, Galio.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for a Forge or a Gateway opener this game. We've seen both out of him so far.
Yeah, he's been mixing it up, and, you know, it'd be kind of, maybe because Evelynn kind of showed these early full builds, maybe he'd like to go more for this Forge expand. And that Scout does tend to indicate that it is going to be Forge. Yeah, one of the things you like when you're going Forge expanded, if he does go for like early lings, then it's just a safe, like more standard, like nothing really to worry about kind of thing. It's kind of even versus overpull overall. But there's just no danger of anything happening. So there's going to be that overpull from Evelynn this game.
Isn't there the potential to just throw down a Nexus as well?
Yeah, so the build against overpull is 13. So you go Forge, and then you'll go 13 Nexus, 13 Cannon, and that allows you to get the Cannon in time.
Gotcha.
Now, he might go for 14 because this map does allow for single Scout instead of double Scout, so with proper boosting, you can actually go 14 Nexus, 14 Cannon. So this is kind of like the greediest thing you can go for. But that probe movement looks like 13 Nexus to me. And he would like to stay and deny this, but he needs to know the pull timing. So he needs to know if he wants to make the cannons first or not. Sees the pull finish, and yeah, cancels the probe. I like that a lot. Really nice adjustment there from Galio. I like that a lot. I hadn't seen that before. I kind of learned something there. Because he was getting the later Scout. Yeah, I just started the probe and was ready to make the cannon if it was an earlier pull. Saw that it was over pull and immediately canceled him with Nexus. That was very cool. Very cool to see. Nice little optimization there. And Ling's going to be chasing the probe around. So this is about the most standard opener we've got. Kind of today, like neither player really doing anything outside of completely normal.
Right, I like that gateway positioning allows cannons to be put a little more forward to protect that Forge.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. The gateway obviously sticks out a bit, but yeah, it allows you to put these cannons to make it where your Forge is not vulnerable. We saw when you were casting earlier with Love Snow, he kind of went for that core in the wall, and that's to make it where you don't have to worry about losing your Forge to Hydras.
Right.
And this is just another way of doing it where you can make the Forge in the wall and still protect it. So, seems like Galio very aware of Hydra pressure, right?
Yeah, as he should be. We've seen that quite a bit out of Evelynn, our Zerg player here.
Yeah, and everything looking completely standard this game. Galio's done a good job too. He's shown us in his last series. He does a very good job of keeping the probe alive for as long as possible. Nice little kind of found the gap there, because that was very close. I was about to curse or cast her curse on there, but kind of found the gap to slip in there and almost gets inside, but not quite. Nice body blocking from Evelynn. Thing is, he would have made it. I swear, every time you try to sneak that probe in, there's a transfer drone that's coming out. Like, it happens every single time.
Yeah.
Spire on the way. Stargate Spire, like, both very good timings. Not really much pressure going on from both players, so it's kind of expected that they're both going to hit their timings really well.
Do Protoss still do that 4-gate Zealot Legs rush?
Not really much anymore. Zergs have gotten really good with their Sim Cities and stuff, and a lot of this, like, +1 Zealot, like, bum rush kind of just doesn't work anymore. It falls flat quite often.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they've kind of mastered the Sim Cities at like their third natural, where they just kind of get these like really good walls, or like these kind of tuck sunkens where they have like really good drone drills to it, and yeah, it just hasn't been working super well lately. So people kind of gave up on it a bit. Okay.
Bit of a hidden second gateway there.
Yeah, a lot of
I don't know
players.
why.
So yeah, a lot of players do this because your first Templar, you want to be making. We're actually gonna get stuck here a little bit though, unfortunately, but it's because you
Then
want
you
your
can hop
Templars to come out of these gateways, so the mutas aren't sniping them on the transfer down to your natural from your main.
That makes sense. Would you not just want, a flock of Corsairs to defend that?
Yes, but there are stages where you can end up defensive, like if they go a bunch of Scourge mutas or something. You just want a safe spot for your Templar to come out at. Sometimes like your Scourge might be out of position, they'll like fly in and snipe one on transfer and fly back out or something, but unfortunately
Sure.
Evelynn not looking, but neither is Galio, so actually gonna lose that Corsair. And
I feel like those Scourge are slowly getting closer. Are they faster than Corsairs? I thought they were the same speed.
they're the same speed. I think, and maybe I'm like crazy for saying this might be like really dumb of me. I think it's because when Scourge are chasing, there's like a little bit of push that they give each other, and it makes it look like they're gaining ground sometimes.
Interesting.
It's like we pulled away before that cannon finished, and this could be intercepted actually. Galio not looking. Another Corsair going down, and this is starting to hurt because we've lost 2 Corsair. We have to keep remaking Corsair, and remember, every Corsair you make is essentially 1 less Templar early. DT did get inside.
Gets in here.
I think it got, what, 2 drones? Looks like, maybe a third.
Sure. He snuck a Zealot out. Let's see what he does with that. Maybe run it into the third. Just scout here.
It's pretty ambitious, though. I don't even know if he remembered.
Yeah.
It might have been like a rally from the DT. It might have been the same rally gateway with that DT, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it buys a little bit of time having those Hydras chase it to get these cannons down.
Yeah. Yeah, it does at least get confirmation of the Hydras that is true. So it kind of worked out for him in a way. Because this is that 5-hatch Hydra pressure, which can be very strong, very scary. You have to respect it. You have to make these cannons. It's something I mention quite often when you're playing against 5-hatch Hydra. It comes so late that you feel like you shouldn't have to make cannons, but you do.
Yeah, I think that's too many cannons to break this time. Looks like he canceled another one down there, so he's going to save that. Which is a good choice. There's not many Hydras coming in here to follow up.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's droning behind it. Pretty good optimization from Galio, good awareness of kind of what the situation is. Also, as the storm's finishing up too, so he's going to be feeling pretty safe now.
Throwing down all those gateways he's going to need, going to start pumping out his army.
Yeah, going up to the typical 8 gateway count. We did see Nocturne go up to 10 gates in one of his games against Evelynn. And
how many Corsairs has he made?
He's made 5, I believe, and lost 2. He does have that +1. 3 Corsair is enough for just defending, with some storm and stuff, if you're like keeping them alive, but gotta be very careful being out here on the map like this. It can be very scary. If any more Corsair go down, which is, this is exactly what we're afraid of here, right, is a Scourge with the Muta.
Yeah.
And if any more Corsair go down, these... Yeah, and this is bad. This is really bad for Galio. He can't turn the fight because of these Scourge, and he's gonna get chased down.
I don't see these getting out. He's going to lose at least 1, probably.
Oof.
Looks like 2, maybe 3. Gonna lose them all. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
unfortunate for our Protoss player here. Still making some Corsairs.
He's in a lot of trouble right now. We just have 1 Corsair here. And yeah, we're just gonna start preemptively storming at these mutas. We have to try to soften them up because if we don't, our... Oh, there was a Scourge in there too, I didn't even see it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really bad for Galio. He's going back into Corsair. Like, we're at 10 minutes and we're at 0 Corsair and making more. This is worst case scenario for Protoss.
Unfortunate. Meanwhile, our Zerg has a very healthy economy, getting his 4th going.
Yeah,
See
Evelynn
if
really
we,
hasn't been missing a beat in any of these games. He is looking really, really on point.
yeah, see if we see some more lurkers out of him, like we have been.
Like a
Is
zealot
that a
just went
DT
down.
trying to sneak in?
I think it
Oh
was
yeah,
that
the
zealot
other
from earlier.
zealot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go. The mutas dive in, kill all of the. Oh my god, another Corsair because there was a Scourge hit in there again. I mean, this is almost like GG territory, even though, like, you're not dying, but it's not good for Galio.
Yeah, this position feels terrible as a Protoss player.
And we're kind of getting into the territory of kind of what happened in the last series with Nocturne, where it's like, do we just go for like an all-in push now? Like, the game's been a complete nightmare so far.
Bleeding off a Dragoon or two. Meanwhile, these mutas with no anti-air now are going to have free reign in the main. Ooh, big storm. But doesn't matter when all our probes are dying, so we'll see what he can get done with this army, because that's going to be about all he gets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be do or die here for Galio. Did lose all of his probes, and now these mutas gonna come in and kind of snipe these stragglers of the Templar, and yeah, GG gonna be called. Evelynn gonna go up 2-0, just one win away now in this best of 5 grand finals. Alright, going into game 3 here, currently down 0-2, got to figure something out. We have our red Protoss player, Galio, and his opponent showing dominance so far in this tournament, has not dropped a single game so far. We have our Zerg player, Evelynn.
Let's see what the openers are for this game. Maybe we'll see another 13 Nexus.
Yeah, I wonder what Galio's thinking. I mean, that game really kind of fell apart. I mean, nothing really went wrong. They were just kind of both doing like their standard macro build, but then it's just the Corsair, right? This losing Corsair after Sair after Sair.
Yeah.
Like this is too much. It becomes almost impossible to play at that point.
It's rough. Very rough position to be in.
Alright, so we're going to get that Pylon Scout, so this does once again indicate that we're going to get that Forge Expand, and we'll see if Evelynn wants to go for Overpull again. I think Evelynn kind of been showing us that they definitely like to be more on the safe side. We have not seen a 12 hatch. I don't think in a single ZVP from Evelynn. Yeah, there's going to be that Overpull again.
He does like that build. I feel like he's done basically the same build every time, and why switch it up when it keeps working, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If you've kind of mastered like a standard build, just keep doing it, right? I mean, there's a little bit of variety with like some of the early Hydro Pressure. He's kind of been mixing that up, but as far as the openers go, yeah, he's just doing the exact same thing. And Overpull is kind of a catch-all. He did do a couple 9-pull builds, but he's definitely never doing anything greedy. It's either aggressive or defensive.
Galio again going for that double scout. Really wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, you do the double scout off of Forge because it just guarantees that if there's an early pull build, it just guarantees that you're going to see it so you can react in time. If you do single scout and you don't do it, then you're a Nomad and you probably just die to Lings.
Or Nomad. Looks like we're going to get another 14 Nexus this time out of Galio, so...
Yeah, a little bit greedier.
I feel like...
But it's going to work out just fine.
I feel like only one set of Lings we're going to see this time, and that is the case. Opting to be a little aggressive with those 2 Lings instead of trying to deny this scout probe. Maybe he realizes that Galio has been really adamant about keeping his scouting probe alive in these games, not even going to bother.
Yeah, he saw that the cannon timing was like just a couple seconds off, so it's going to pressure, but nice drill there so far. Do these Lings get in though? Nice, actually, probe micro from Galio, wow.
Denies all of these Lings, both Lings, from getting in.
That was kind of perfectly rotated to both block the Lings and not lose a probe. That was really, really well done.
Very well microed.
Alright, so not only are we going to get that 14 Nexus up, we're even going to kill the 2 Lings, and that kind of makes Evelynn feel like they need to make a few more Lings as well, because you kind of lose that safety net of having those 2 additional Lings. You know, you want at least 4 so that you can fight the first Zealot that comes out, and then plus, you know, we want to be chasing that probe the whole time. So it's going to cost him a little bit that he kind of dove in there. Although,
it looks like we've got a layer before any tech here. I think, was he going Hydra Den before layer last time? I don't remember.
no, he went straight for Aspire last time into the Hydra Den. And yeah, kind of like you mentioned, Galio doing a really good job keeping this probe alive. I mean, you can tell this is a pretty high level because when you're watching like units like this, if I'm sitting here watching this, it looks like they've never looked away, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that 300 APM and Yazis for show. Evelynn up at 400 APM though. You know, kind of the same thing though. It looks like the Lings never looked away from that probe, but clearly we're not missing much of a beat elsewhere either.
Microing every drone.
I kind of like the Galio
Zealots?
rallied these Zealots forward.
Yep.
Kind of outside the vision. It's just to make our Zerg nervous so he makes those extra Lings, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so really smart.
He sees him run back, so not going to be too worried anymore.
And it does look like Evelynn took the bait. I mean, we went up to, what is that, 10 Lings. And it turns out that they're just staying at home, so... A few drones denied there. So nice little play there from Galio using the vision against Evelynn. Got our Corsair on the way, Spire on the way, and let's hope, for Galio's sake, we don't just squander our Corsair this time.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate what happened, but hopefully he can learn from those mistakes this game. Looks like the same build. We've got our Citadel going down. See if we have some more DTs popping out.
Yeah, Corsair gonna get in here, see that the Spire is about to finish. We have time to kill this one Overlord. We'll see if he goes for it. It looks like he is going to, so he's gonna try to kill this Overlord. And these are probably the Scourge that started here. You kind of want to start them more or less towards the Protoss so you can cut them off if they hatch in time.
Yep, good little optimization there.
Evelynn is being a little bit tricky here though. And yeah, nice from Galio to immediately turn back around, recognizing the danger he's in. But there's something Evelynn did here that's a little bit tricky, which is that we actually took our 3rd gas. And because Galio stayed for that Overlord, it's very scary to scout for this, but he knows he kind of needs the information. And yeah, so this is the thing is, because we took that extra gas, there is potential for mutas and not just Scourge. So this is actually going to be aggression, and it's gone unscouted because of the hidden gas. So he saw no second gas, and he doesn't think there's going to be mutas being made.
Yeah, so being caught unawares here, you're going to lose a lot of probes. He's got 3 Corsairs out. Let's see how well they can micro. Ooh, gets picked off. One gets picked off by a couple Scourge.
Yeah,
looks like he's going to push out with these Zealots, try and buy a little space. Muta's coming around to harass these Zealots, just add a little damage as they run back home, which is okay. He's buying time in his natural.
Yeah, but this has been pretty good for Evelynn. We picked off that one Corsair, we got a few probes, and behind this we get to just drone like a madman. And
yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, still no Hydra Den, and yeah, there's a bunch of Scourge coming out now. I wonder if we're working towards +1 armor.
Yeah, do we have any more Sairs being built?
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, one just came out, so there's 4 now.
4 Sair, but a bunch of Scourge are going to come in. Barely reacts in time. That was really close to losing yet another Corsair. And this is kind of a pain, because this isn't really where you want your cannon to be. Wow, Galio playing on the edge with that turn to fight there.
Yeah. I can't tell if that was a miss micro or just Scourge AI. But
Evelynn does get a few more probe kills there, so our saturation a little bit low, but we've been pumping probes pretty much non-stop. They'll transfer an extra one over. And yeah, probably gonna just kind of rebuild this. Gonna get into the Archon.
Which is
And
good. I like the Archon choice. Well, we've got the Hydra switch, so maybe a little late. Only got two, well, third gateway going down. Is he gonna try and defend with this? Yeah, he's gonna try and defend with the Archon as he pushes out with Zealot Corsair.
yeah, and we're pumping a lot of Hydra. We didn't fully saturate drones. We're planning on catching them off guard with a bunch of Hydra. And, you know, we don't have any Templar out for Storm right now, so this is going to be potentially a really dangerous moment. We're going to see some cannons start to be thrown down here now, and this Sim City at Galio's front is a little bit ugly because of us dealing with the mutas here. One cannon in the main here, but we do have 5 Slayer out. Does have that +1. No armor on these mutas. But I'm a little worried about the potential Hydra swell coming in here.
Yeah, it looks like is that a 5th hatchery or 6th hatchery going down?
It's going to 6, yeah. Which is
to
interesting.
6.
The economy is not really there for 6 hatch. And more Hydra swapping out. He is definitely planning on getting aggressive here. Wonder if he's just maybe looking for a contain. And Galio just going to go ahead and GG out. Not even going to try and play. And I guess that's going to do it, guys. Evelynn going to be our anonymous tournament champion without dropping a single game.